Sent from Disneyland, history in our hand. So much to say about yesterday and the decades we have spanned. Postcards from the park, this journey will embark. See what has changed and what remains on Sent from Disneyland. Sent from Disneyland.
Welcome to the Sent from Disneyland podcast.
Here age relives fond memories of the past.
If it's your first time joining us, welcome. On this podcast, we'll take a journey into the past and explore Disneyland, Disneyland history, and more, with mementos, snapshots, souvenirs, and postcards sent from Disneyland, from 1955 to the present. Let's start by thanking my patrons from patreon.com. You can join in at any level to support the show and receive snail mail from my trips to Disneyland and from my desk, plus some sneak peeks and bonus content. Special thanks to Random Olive, the first patron to this podcast, and to the rest of the e-ticket patrons, Tania, Eric Daniels, Monica Seitz Vega, Bill Dreffel, Scott Cagle, Russ Romano, Michael and Christina Cross, Angela Reynolds, and Sheila Harry. C-ticket patrons Serious Inquiries Only, Debbie Weinstein, Jennifer Schneep, Grace Coate, Patty Wolin, Ben and Noel Bruning, and Greg Gorley. B-ticket patron Joshua Bell, and to the A-ticket patrons Elise Sharp, Zealot Infinity, Alexis Robles, Angel DeBlock, Daps Magic, and the Beyond the Railroad podcast. I am your host, your post-host Clocky, and today we have 2 postcards sent from Disneyland. The front of our first postcard has Mickey and Donald driving a red Autopia car under one of the overpasses on the Tomorrowland Freeway. In the background, you can see the monorail track crisscrossing the sky. On the back it reads, Tomorrowland, Autopia. Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, along with youngsters of all ages, drive real gasoline-powered Mark V automobiles on Tomorrowland's popular Super Autopia freeways. It's postmarked September 1st, 1961, with a Sacramento cancel and a 4-cent black and white Lincoln postage stamp, Scott number 1282. Let's assume they visit the park on Sunday, August 27th, 1961, when park hours were from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. The weather was a high of 81 and a low of 57. Park attendance that day was 26,182. It's addressed to Mr. and Mrs. D.W. Griffith of McKee Rocks, Pennsylvania. It reads, I am not at Disneyland now. I am at Workland, Elderberry Lane, USG. Warm days, cool nights. The girls are at school. Lynn at LA and Diane at the school where Sawyer was last year. Carrie is working every day. I'm not. It's still very warm in the daytime and cool at night. Don't know when I'll get home, but I'll be here a while. With all my love, Dad. Looking at old photos of Tomorrowland, one of the company sponsorships that stands out is the Richfield Oil Company. They were the sponsor of the Tomorrowland Autopia starting from opening day in July of 1955. The Richfield Oil Corporation was founded in 1911 and had its first service station in Los Angeles in 1917. By 1929, the company had built a 12-story Art Deco-style building in LA. The company went through some turbulent times during the Great Depression, but avoided being purchased. Richfield did sell some of its East Coast stations and eventually merged with Sinclair and Citgo oil companies. Richfield was the sponsor of Autopia from 1955 to 1970. The sponsorship even ended after Richfield had merged in 1966 with the Atlantic Refining Company, which became Atlantic Richfield Company, but is commonly known as ARCO today. Richfield also sponsored the World Beneath Us attraction, which I covered on episode 174, Sent from the World Beneath Us. Part of the sponsorship included advertising on maps and the first version of the Autopia driver's license. I found an original Richfield Autopia's driver's license online. It was printed on goldenrod paper by Globe, with the Globe watermark, the same paper company that printed the Disneyland ticket books. The back of the license has an operator's license number with a unique number printed in red. The rest of the printing on the card is blue. There are lines to write your full name, address, city and state, plus personal details like sex, height, color of eyes, color of hair, weight, date of birth, age, and occupation. To the right of those details is a place to put your right thumbprint. The top center of the card reads Disneyland Richfield Autopia, with the old Disneyland Castle logo in a circle with the city and state Anaheim, California written around the circumference. The front side has an image of an Autopia car in a mid-century modern distorted diamond frame. The front of the card reads Richfield Autopia, Tomorrowland, These are the cars of the future at Disneyland. This official Autopia driver's license may be filled in and retained as a souvenir of your visit to Disneyland. It identifies you as an active member of the Richfield Autopia Safe Driving Club. It entitles you to friendly, courteous service at more than 4,000 Richfield stations in the West. The other Richfield Oil ephemera are 2 maps that feature Disneyland on the front. These large fold-out maps of California have colorful illustrations on the front. One has a yellow background with Sleeping Beauty Castle in full color. Under the castle it reads, New 1956 Official Disneyland Road Map. The second has cartoon drawings of the Jungle Cruise, the Mark Twain, Fantasyland tents, a rocket ship representing Tomorrowland, as well as a castle and a frontier-style fort. The back of the map advertises the 1/2-mile freeway of the Autopia and the world beneath us, plus an ad for the Richfield Station at the Disneyland Hotel, and finally a plug for the Carnation Ice Cream Parlor on Main Street. Add some flair to your mail by checking out stamps at Enfield Post. You can explore different stamp options on our Etsy site, grab some great deals by following the EP Sunday Sales on Instagram, or create something special and have her design a stamp array for your invitation or celebration. You can head over to EnfieldPost.com and explore all the different vintage postage stamps you can use on your next card or letter. That's ENFIELDPOST on Instagram and EnfieldPost.com for your wedding and vintage postage needs. Enfield Post is the official postage stamp sponsor of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. The front of our next postcard has a view from the top of the Matterhorn. You can see a climber on the side of the mountain, monorail yellow going over the submarine lagoon, the Autopia cars winding around the motorboat cruise, and, if you look closely, a single Skyway gondola heading into the mountain. On the back it reads, Tomorrowland. A panoramic view of Tomorrowland as seen from high atop mighty Matterhorn Mountain. As an alpine climber approaches the summit, far below a sleek monorail train crosses the submarine lagoon on a journey through the world of the future. It's postmarked September 29, 1976, with a Las Vegas, Boulder City, Nevada, home of Hoover Dam, U.S. Bicentennial cancel, and a 13-cent, One Nation Indivisible Eagle with Shield postage stamp, Scott number 1596. I assume they visit the park on Sunday, September 26, 1976, when park hours were from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. The weather was a high of 72 and a low of 58. It's addressed to the Shamwolds of Mesa, Arizona. It reads, Hi, Lois and Milt took us to Disneyland. Was fabulous. Then rode with Jim and Lois to Vegas. They had luck, played all night. We had fun with the nickels, but no profit. Ha. On to Salt Lake, Chris Dick. The second oil company to sponsor the Autopia was Chevron. This was part of the 1998 New Tomorrowland, with the Autopia being redesigned with new cars and a new track, combining some of the old Fantasyland Autopia. There is also a merchandise tie-in with toy versions of the Autopia cars available at the park and at Chevron stations. Also available was a 2-sided Autopia playmat with an Autopia track for kids to push cars around on and a Chevron Car Town. A Scratch and Win Vacation to Disneyland promotion was held at Chevron stations. The new Autopia opened on June 29, 2000, with the new cars and Chevron branding. The new cars were similar to the Chevron car characters from their commercials, but they were made for the park and had names like Dusty, an off-road vehicle, Susie, a Volkswagen Beetle-type car, and Sparky, a sports car that could reach up to 6.5 miles per hour. For $5, you can print out an Autopia driver's license, with 3 photo booths ready to add your photo to the card. The sponsorship only lasted 13 years, and the Chevron branding was removed. There hasn't been another oil company sponsor since, and with the Autopia cars scheduled to be electric by summer of 2026, I doubt we'll have another. My incoming postcard is sponsored by the Art Throwdown. Art Throwdown, or ATD, is a craft hour on Instagram starting at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 Pacific. Art Throwdown is a wonderful community of artists who love to share their craft, from creating sticker postcards and coloring techniques to intricate paper cutting and unique crafting. It's always a treat to watch a show and occasionally get some one-of-a-kind postcards from the group. Each host brings something a little different to each show. I'll list some of the regular hosts, or you can follow Russ Romano 2021 on Instagram. The front of my incoming postcard is orange with a black paint stamped jack-o'-lantern face. It's not postmarked, but was received October 24th, 2025, and was sent with a 2026 9-teeth jack-o'-lantern series postage stamp, Scott number 5140. It reads, "When witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween." Thank you so much for this postcard. This is another great piece from the Mojave Correspondence Club. I think we just missed each other at the parks a few weeks ago. I was able to see that Disneyland had restocked the reprinting of the vintage Art Corner postcards at multiple locations in the resort. I'm happy that some people who did not have the opportunity to get them when they first dropped could make it to the park for a pack. I have a pack to send to a friend who probably won't make it back in the parks before the end of the 70th celebration, and who knows if they'll continue to restock them afterwards. Thanks for listening to Sent from Disneyland. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and tell your friends. It would also help to leave a 5-star rating and comment on whatever podcast platform you use. If you'd like to support the show financially, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/sentfromdisneyland. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Sent from Disneyland or my website, sentfromdisneyland.com. For questions and comments, send me a postcard addressed to Sent from Disneyland, P.O. Box 44, Hood, California, 95639. This podcast is not affiliated with Disney, the United States Postal Service, or any post office or Disney-related properties. Opinions expressed on this podcast belong to the host and guests of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. This podcast is produced and edited by Clocky McDowell, website designed by Misty McDowell, theme song was written and performed by Noah Sunday Lefkowitz. Take it away, Noah.